We're heading up to Specialized Saw and Mower in Salem, Virginia now, and we're going to check out the Mahindras. I really like the Mahindras. I like what they're trying to do with their tractors, the lift capacities and the built-in weight and all of the special financing they have. They have a 0% for 84 months, so we might be able to get a 60 horse tractor in the same amount. You know, maybe it's about the same price, but the payments are going to be even less because it's stretched out even further. So we'll get back with you when you get up when we get here to Salem. So talk to you then. Well, we have completed our grand tour of Roanoke and Salem today. We stopped and looked at them, and my wife really had a hard time getting in and out of this one, and I did too. I scraped my ankle on something, a pedal or something somewhere inside of that thing, getting out of it. But
which model were you?
This was a 5570 was the one I looked at, and it's a shuttle shift and full-wheel drive, and got a quick attached loader. You know, you can check these out, Mahindra 5570 on the internet. And we were kind of leaning toward the Mahindras in the beginning, you know, because of the specs that the tractor had. But we changed our minds. We stopped and looked at them. I did not like the build quality. They look like they are very heavy machines, which they advertise, but the castings are rough. The fit and finish, the paint that they used, it seemed like it was flaking. I saw some flakes already, and these are brand new machines. Didn't like that. The fenders felt like they were really thin, and I think if they started to surface rust, that's all it would take for it to rust right through. It just didn't feel like a quality built piece of equipment. I was not impressed. And I'm sure it lifts more, pulls more, does whatever more than anything else, but what good is it if it falls apart around you? I don't know. I haven't owned one and haven't driven one for very, long, so I can't tell you that, but I can just tell from my experience working on stuff, owning things, equipment, whatnot, that it just didn't have the quality like the New Holland did. The other thing is that we kind of decided on, well, the dealer we weren't impressed with. That was not a good experience. They kind of just didn't know what they were doing, and the guy was kind of pushy, I guess, a little bit, and didn't even offer to walk out on the lot. The owner, the actual big boss man, did, but the guy that was supposedly a salesman just was all over the place. I don't know, it just wasn't a good experience. We talked about pricing, and the Mahindra was, I just want to let everybody know, they kind of did a little bait and switch action on us, where they say it's 0%, 84 months, so that sounded like a great deal, which was another huge selling point for Mahindra. But what happens is they just jack the price up on the tractors themselves, $4,000 on this 5570 that we looked at. So what happens is it runs the price up, they extend the payments out, and the payments came up to like $447, $450, somewhere around in there, almost about as much as the Workmaster was, the New Holland. And we talked to them, and the problem with doing the 0% for 84 months, they actually charge you a penalty if you pay your loan off early. So I think you pay the back interest or something on it or something. Anyway, some kind of penalty you pay, whatever. It's not something it's not something that New Holland did. It's not something that, you know, it's just kind of weird. But so we talked about what's another option. Well, we can offer it at 4.99%, and we'll lower the price down to, I think it was 32.5, somewhere around in there. And that payment came up to be about 470. So it's a little bit more, but it was for a term of 60 months, I think. Was it? No, 72. I can't remember. Either way, whatever it was. And then, they had another option to confuse you even more. They said you could have $5,000 cash back bonus, and they'll charge you 5.99%. So on the 32.5, and the payments for that were $450 or something. The price of the machine was practically the same, and the way they were kind of fooling around with the numbers and stuff, not confusing, but for someone who's dealt with this type of financing before, which probably most of us have, if you've ever owned anything you've made payments on that was not a credit card, you have to go through this process of what interest rate, how long is the loan, how much can you give me, blah, blah, blah. And that didn't seem like the best option for us. The Mahindra support network is not nearly as expansive as a New Holland support network. So if we needed to get parts, the New Holland would be much easier to get. They're a well-established company. But anyway, so that's about enough for the Mahindra things. It just did not look like the front end loader, the bucket, the quick attach system was not built as robust as the New Holland. So we decided that we'll just, when the time comes right, get that Workmaster 60 or 70. I'm going to call and talk to them about that, because the weight doesn't weigh much more, if any at all. It might cost a little bit more to get to 70, so why not get a few more horsepower out of it and go from there. But we'll see. I'll call and talk to him. Maybe I'll give you an update video on that. So thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate it.